But I actually, you guys have seen, did you see that video where the fucking little Aussie bully's punching the fat-headed fucking kid who like outweighs him by 80 pounds? And finally the kid getting bullied just can't take it anymore, and he just picks this kid up, and I can't even, like, lifts him up basically a little above his head. And if he just dropped him there, that would have been amazing. But he, like, fucking, it was like he was wringing out a mat, is how he threw this kid down to the fucking ground. Like shaking out a beach towel, except it was this kid's ragdoll body. Like the kid's whole body did the fucking worm, except when he came back, he from like 6 feet in the air, and he slammed this kid on the ground. I couldn't believe this kid's legs still worked. It was fucking awesome. But now they have it's become this entire like mini series. They interviewed the kid who got bullied, and then they interviewed the kid who did the bullying. And it's funny, the bully's crying. And he's trying to say that the fatty fucking was hitting him first, which is total bullshit. Because if you look at the fat kid, which I really shouldn't be saying, but, I'm just trying to, I only have so many minutes here in the podcast. The husky kid. The fucking kid punches him in the face, and he just stands there with his hands down to his side. You can tell, if he was walking around hitting people, his whole body language would have been different. I didn't believe the little mosquito-looking kid. But, and then... So they interview both of them, and then they have the two of them interviewing each other. And I got to tell you, I don't think I've ever laughed so fucking hard in my entire life. Not because I think it's right or I think it's funny. I just fucking, there's just something about it. It just took me back to my childhood. Just how fucking mean kids are. They'd be like, well, what was it like when you went to school? Like, what was some of the things the kids used to call you? I know this is a brutal fucking Aussie accent. But he'd be like, oh, they call me fatty. And, and with every mean name, I'm laughing my ass off. It literally gets to the point where the kid said he was suicidal. And I've been through all of that. I've been through all of it. And I actually sat there laughing my ass off watching it. And I'm asking you guys, why am I laughing? I don't find it funny. I feel bad for the kid. But with the meaner the detail is, the harder I fucking laugh. I don't know if that's like some sort of like fallout from trauma, where after a while you just like, it just becomes funny. There's like nothing. What else are you going to do? Like, I remember every fucking movie I go to see. I know I've told these stories a zillion times, but this actually fits in it. Like, I remember when I saw Sling Blade, and when that country singer, Dwight Yoakam, when he zoomed the guy in the wheelchair out of the house, why don't you go home and practice, Randy? And he get the fuck out of my house. And he fucking zoomed that guy in the wheelchair, and the guy in the wheelchair, like, it did like the whiplash thing and went through the front door. Like, the people who were watching the movie around were either quiet or gasping, and I was roaring, laughing. And not that I think that's like, it's. Do you know what I mean? Like it's so wrong. It's funny. I'm probably coming off like a maniac. I did that one time. We were flying over to fucking one of those magical kingdoms over there in Europe, where they got a Starbucks next to a fucking castle, And I was sitting in the aisle. Nia's in the middle seat. And then there was some girl in the window. And, yes, I was flying coach. To go do the funny bone in fucking Afghanistan. And I was watching a movie on a laptop. And I was laughing so hard at one point I was fucking wheezing. And it was one of those deals where I'm laughing so hard, people around me are laughing just at how hard I'm laughing. Like the girl on the window was laughing at how hard I was laughing. And I was laughing so hard that I woke Nia up. And Nia woke up and immediately was like laughing, like, what the fuck are you laughing at? And then she leaned over, because you can't see in the computer screen. She leaned over and saw that I was watching Precious. And, she starts punching me in the arm, which made it even funnier. And then the girl by the window found it even funnier. I totally got lost in that fucking story. I don't even know what point I'm trying to make. Like, I'm trying to ask you, why do I find shit like that hilarious? You know, like whenever I watch The Biggest Loser, and they'll be like, you know, so how do you feel about yourself? You fucking Zeppelin, you know? And the guy will be like, oh, you know, I have my good days and I have my bad days. And then his voice cracks and his fucking forehead wrinkles up and he just starts fucking crying like a baby. I fucking laugh. I laugh like I'm watching Stripes. Intervention. You know? Intervention when the family starts reading their letters of pain to the fucking degenerate drug addict and they start fucking crying. I immediately just start roaring laughing. Like it's the funny, like I get more laughs out of that than if I was watching one of those sitcoms with the good-looking people in the couch. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyways, let's get on with the podcast here. Oh, Australia, the Australia guy, right? If anybody knows what that is, if there's actually anybody with any, well, why, look, I was just gonna say if there's some sort of psychologist listening to this shit, like as if I deserve professional opinion after you guys listen to my fucking moron opinion every week. Whatever. If you're a plumber, I'd like to hear what you think.